What's up, everybody? It is Unsilent Dan, and I'm back again with another Spellbreak Chapter 2 Dominion video. Today's video, I ran Conduit as my main hand and Pyro as my offhand. Here in the beginning, I chose a Chrono Rune, but I switched out the flight later. Talents were Curious, Tough, and Gilded. Now, despite what everybody says, we know Conduit is really slow right now, right? It's a lot slower than it was in Chapter 1. People are complaining about that. I don't know if Proletariat's going to address that or not. I don't really find Conduit to be a real problem. I mean, it hits hard like it always did. And you just got to know when to use Conduit. You know, I reach out and hit people that are far away, like that are up in the sky, flying away, trying to get away or whatever. So that's when I use it for the most part. And then I also use the sorcery as well. You know, it's very useful, the sorcery, because when people are up above your head trying to get away, or, you know, trying to juke you and go around the back from, you know, from up high and trying to hit you from, you know, shoot down on you on top of your head, well, that sorcery from Conduit, you know, is really good for that situation. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like Conduit's really bad. It can use the speed, and that's why in my last video, if you watched it, about dual wielding, I added a suggestion that maybe they speed up Conduit really quickly if you're dual wielding Conduit, you know, gauntlets. That would be one thing they could do. So that was an idea. So if you want to know all my ideas about dual wielding, be sure to catch my last video. The thumbnail looks like this one right here. But I'm going to go ahead and add to what I said in that last video. Just like I mentioned here in the title briefly, if they were to add something like dual wielding to this game, well, they would also need to put a PvP trinket. Just like you see here with World of Warcraft, we had a PvP trinket in there, and that was used to get out of various effects and abilities that were placed on you by your opponents, right? Now, with a PvP trinket, there were always a cooldown associated with that. Some characters in WoW had the ability, natural ability, to get out of different effects placed on them, and then they also had the PvP trinket. And then keep in mind, stuns and other things like that were always on a cooldown. So abilities to stun or CC abilities, anything that would interrupt the player, those were always on cooldown. So a trinket would also need a cooldown as well. So keep this in mind, Proletariat. If you do add something like dual wielding and you're thinking, well, if we add that to the game, it's gonna, you know, it can cause other issues. So you definitely want cooldowns on CC abilities, and you also want to have an ability for a player to get out of effects that are placed on them. And what this will do is it will shake up the game and create a whole new playing experience. And that's what we need here in Spellbreak, and that's what keeps people interested, you know, relearning the game. People that have been playing this for a long time since Alpha would probably find this very interesting. They have different abilities to use, right? So to add to dual wielding, maybe, you know, I was thinking about it some more. Maybe have it to where there's a CC ability for each player or each class, and then also a new offensive ability. And you can get creative with those offensive abilities. I mean, I mentioned a giant fireball for Pyro. Maybe you could do something like a heat-seeking missile that goes after the opponent. No matter what they do, it comes after them. But just to make it more exciting, a player could shoot that missile down, or, you know, knock it out of the way with a sorcery or whatever. You know, just different things. It would just make for exciting gameplay. So yeah, that's the whole idea, for this to shake up the gameplay and add something new. So another suggestion I have that I would really like Proletariat to add to this game is a photo mode. I'd say a full-fledged replay mode, you know, just like Fortnite had the replay mode. The Fortnite replay system was a very popular feature that was added to the game. Now, it was a little complex because it created some problems. Replays were corrupting. That's why I went ahead and made this video that you see here in this thumbnail. I had to make a video to show people how to, you know, repair their corrupted replays. So yeah, I don't know if Proletariat would want to add a full-fledged replay mode to the game, but a camera mode would be great. You know, a mode that we can get in there 360 and look around our whole character. We could show off those skins that we purchase, right? The skins that Proletariat makes for the game. And it's great for content creators to make thumbnails. So yeah, so that's what I have for you in this video today. PvP trinket to add to the game if they were to do something like dual wielding or add any other special abilities to the characters. A PvP trinket will be great, and that's how you would balance out having various CCs. It would just make the game very interesting, and it would add a new dimension of gameplay, a new layer. So that's what I have for you today. Check out this Conduit build. It was a lot of fun. Don't be afraid to try out new builds. And I'll see all of you here at the end of the video. there it is. 4 exiles. They got me 5 times. The build was pretty fun. That was Conduit Main Pyro Offhand with Curious, Tough, and Gilded. It was pretty good. Give this build a try, and I'll see you all in the next live stream or video. And if you like this one, be sure to smash that like button. If you didn't like it, well, go ahead and smash that too. Whatever. Peace out. See you next time.